Today I'm scaping the first tank for my new fish room, and with help from this little device I'm hoping to produce lots of babies. Hi, I'm Russ and I've been in the aquarium hobby now for over 40 years, and today I'm going to turn this 60 litre cube into a breeding tank, and the first fish I'm going to put in there is a pair of angelfish. Now I know before you start commenting that a 60 litre cube is not big enough for angelfish, I know this, but I do have a breeding pair of angels that breed every other week, but they don't get the chance to actually raise their own fry because of the other fish in the tank. And to be honest, they never really come out of the corner that they inhabit anyway. So the angelfish are going to go in there to start off with. It's a short-term project for the angelfish, just hoping that we can get some babies, and then they will be moved into a larger tank, and then this tank will then already be set up to breed some green phantom Plecos with a bit of luck. Hopefully I'll be able to get a nice breeding pair of those pretty soon and we can continue with that project. But up to then, it's going to be an angelfish breeding tank. So let's crack on. Now the plants going into this aquarium are all epiphytes at the moment. So I'm going to start by placing bags of aqua soil into the tank. Now I know you don't need aqua soil for an epiphyte tank, but I kind of like playing about with the plants and swapping and changing. So over time, I may decide to put some stem plants in here, some crypts in here. So I'm going to start by placing bags of soil into the tank, just in case over time I do change my mind. Now, I always put bags in because, as I say, I do like to swap and change the plants. So when you take plants out, the roots tend to bring the soil up to the surface. When you put the soil into filter media bags, it actually stops you pulling the soil up and it looking unsightly. So straight away, soil in bags into the aquarium. Next in will be the wood. Now this is actually two pieces of wood that are kind of stuck together, but in here is also going to be our little contraption, which is a Pleco cave that has been 3D printed by a really good supporter of the channel. So it does fit in really well. I just have to be careful because I've glued the wood together, but I've kind of, it's not really set too great yet. So I just wish I'd kind of glued the wood last night. But I'll get the wood in first, I think, and then we can take it from there. Then this wood does fit in here. I have already had it in here. There we go. So once the wood's in place, it has moved slightly, but I'm kind of hoping, I'm going to re-glue it I think anyway. The glue's just not sticking as fast as I'd hoped it to, but not a problem, not a problem. I'm going to put the Pleco cave in, try and find a really good position for it. We don't actually have to see the Pleco cave, obviously. The Plex will know it's there. Let's have a play about, see where it'll fit best. Originally it was set for in this corner, so we will get that in. So the Pleco cave is now nicely in position here. So it is an S shape, so it actually goes under the wood. I'm now going to put in the gravel, which I've washed before it goes in there. And then I'm going to cover it up to round about this level, so it'll cap the soil in well. It'll also hold the wood down, because the wood still floats slightly, even though it's been soaking now for at least 2 months. So we'll get the stones in next. The Pleco cave's looking good. The entrance is going to be above the gravel, and the actual cave itself will be underneath the gravel, obviously. So this is actually Cotswold stone. It's doing really well rinsed off, but I am expecting it to cloud up a little bit, to be perfectly honest. So what I may do is put some water in first and then take it out. Because the angelfish are going straight in here, I'm actually going to put water from the angel tank, from the tank the angels are in, because now it's got barbs in there. Just so it's a straight swap. As I say, the filter media is already cycled, so that's all good. The actual plants that are going in here have been in other tanks and have been in tubs for a few months now, so there's definitely enough beneficial bacteria to take the payload of a couple of angelfish. Just be aware, if you do use Cotswold stone, it's not the easiest thing to get clean. So just be aware of that if you're going to use it. The entrance of the cave is still nicely above the gravel. Obviously you won't be able to see it anyway. There's going to be Anubias planted around it, so absolutely it's going to be well hidden, the cave. Okay, so I am going to put some water in here just to rinse it out furthermore. I'm not going to do that on camera, but we'll be back on after I've done that. Before I do, I'm just going to stick some stones to the wood just to stop it from floating, just in case the gravel doesn't hold it enough. So the next thing I'm going to place in now is an air stone. Like I say, there is Plecos going in here at some point, so I'm going to put an air stone in now, and then I can hide the tubing with the white rocks that I'm going to put in as well. Now ideally, I probably should have done this before I put the gravel in, but it's not a problem. I did have to nip out and get some stuff, so it kind of threw me out a little bit, but it's fine because I can place it there, and we'll cover it with the Anubias that's going to be put in a second. So I'm going to place some white rocks around the bottom anyway, so we'll be able to hide the air stone and the tubing anyway, so it's not a massive problem that I didn't put it in until later. I'm going to place these pebbles in. Just around the tubing really, just to hide the tubing and stop it floating. As you'll probably know, that's kind of what it does at some point. Always seems to find its way loose or work its way loose. So we'll put some stones in just to cover that over. Put a few more stones in anyway. And next will be the Anubias. Put the Anubias in there. It's always good to put Anubias on a stone, and then you can kind of move it about if it doesn't look right for you. It's actually just come off the stone, but we'll be able to tuck it under the wood anyway, and we'll see. I've been using Gorilla Glue, and this time around I've never had a problem with Gorilla Glue, to be perfectly honest, but this time around it has given me problems, to be honest. So I may have to change the glue I use next time, because what we don't want is problems. Just going to place more Anubias in. Now these aren't on the rocks, but what I've done is trim the roots off. You can trim the roots off the Anubias. It's not a problem. Soon grow back. Just gets you to sit them where you want it to go a lot better, to be perfectly honest. And just poke the rhizome into some of the gaps in the wood. And it will hold. Anubias is one of my favourite plants, to be perfectly honest. So I'm just going to put some bits of Anubias now. This, I've actually just glued the rocks off camera. This piece here, I've just put some glue in. I'm just going to dab it onto the glue. But that's going to hide the cave for the Plecos. Just going to fill that gap there as well. Just going to just hold it in place for a few seconds for it to set. Doesn't take long. I've just struggled with some of it today for some reason. I don't really understand why. Don't normally struggle with the Gorilla Glue, to be perfectly honest. It's normally really good. And today it has just given me a little bit of hassle. But I don't know why. And some, like I say, you can just tuck it into the gaps in the wood. Yeah, that'll be fine. It'll soon root in as well and attach itself to the wood and to the rocks. I'm a big fan of Anubias. Nice, easy plant to work with. Nice, easy plant to look after. So, it's a nice hard-leafed plant as well. Just never plant it. It's always one where the rhizome stays above the gravel. Never plant it, otherwise it will just rot away. I'm just going to wedge that in with a stone. So it'll soon take anyway. Next to going is some of the hardware. First of all, the filter. Now the filter has cycled. The media from this filter has been in the FX, so we're all good there. And again, this is more for when the Plecos come in. And then after that, we'll put in the heater. The heater I'm actually using in here is a Fluval T100. I really do like the Fluval T range, I really do. So good. You don't really have to worry about it when you're doing a water change, because they do sense if there's no water in the tank. So that's just what you need. So there's no way it's going to come on when it's dry. And it also has a light on there to let you know when it's actually working and when it's not heating. So it has a blue light on it when it's on standby, and it goes red when it's working. Absolutely brilliant heater. Really impressed with these. So I have one running in my rainbow fish tank, and yeah, like I say, I'm really impressed with them. Really impressed. Okay, so all the hardware's in. The filter is a small filter from All Pond Solutions. Like I say, the heater is a Fluval T100. I've not set up the filter for the actual tank yet because the filter media is still in the FX, so I'll take that out in a minute. If you look to the right hand side, that is the brine shrimp hatchery. I've actually set the air pump up off camera. I know I put the stone in before. Well, the pump's been done off camera just because I had to stand in front of the camera to do it. It's going to share the air pump. The air pump's going to be shared with the brine shrimp hatchery and the tank. So next job, get some water in here. Now I am using the water straight from the tank that the angels are in. I'm doing that so I can transfer the angels over straight away. So I will time-lapse this because you obviously don't want to see me doing this. As there's no other way of doing it than apart from a jug and buckets of water, I'm afraid. So this will take a few minutes. So I'll put you on time-lapse. As you can see, it has really clouded up just by the way I've had to put the water in. So I'm going to put the filter on from All Pond Solutions and hopefully that'll get it nice and clear pretty quick. Okay, so it took quite a while to clear. I actually did a 50% water change on it to try and clear it up a little bit. Then I treated it with AccuClear. I've woke up this morning and the tannins in the wood have released. So now we've got that Blackwater effect that I was looking for. I was going to add botanicals, but at this moment in time, obviously I don't need to. But over the next few weeks with water changes, that'll die off and I'll start adding botanicals. I have added a little bit more Anubias in there. So now I'm going to catch the angels, transfer them over, we'll get them released in, and then we put the Peace Lillies on the back. So the angelfish have been caught. They have been acclimating now for around 30 minutes. I have poured some of the water from the tank into the bag as well, which is kind of what I do. So let's welcome the angelfish to their new breeding tank. Now these two breed so many times and they've never had the chance, they've never had the opportunity to actually rear their own young, and so it'd be nice to just be able to give them that chance if she comes out. So hopefully now they're going to settle in there, and hopefully we start seeing some breeding action over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so a couple of days have now passed since the angelfish were put in there. All the plants have settled. I've added a few more bits of Anubias and a nice big clump of Java fern at the back there. I have also added a nice Peace Lily at the back there as well. Now that's currently just wedged in with the glass lid of this aquarium. I will at weekend try and get a hold of some pots for that to go in that clip onto the back. That may just be a trip to a hydroponic shop, so that should be interesting. The stand I've built for the fish room is doing really, really well. And it's holding up, there's no sagging or anything like that. So that's really good. Really impressed with that because that was so budget you wouldn't believe it. Now if you do want to know how I built that stand, then watch this video next. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Take care.